Hello friends. For a minute I thought I wouldn't make a video today, and I want to make a video, and so I will. And it's a vinyl update. I did actually, I think you folks know how it goes. You stop buying records, and then once you touch it, then it's, okay, here we go again. But I only bought two things today. Before I do that, I'll just say very quickly, thank you, friends, very much for being real with me. Thank you so much for your patience and love for me and your friendship. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I have rehearsal in a few minutes with in Dreama. We have our last show of the year, Saturday. It's going to be a challenge for us because a couple of the band members can't make it. But one of the things I'm proud of is I've explained to Nick that we can do in Dreama music in any configuration, even acoustic. The song isn't the sounds. The song is the song is the song. And so we're going to be working on some stripped down versions of the songs tonight because we only have 4 and usually have 6 people. So there's that. Okay, so now let me show these records. Talk a little bit, then I have an update about Dereck 3, okay? And this is for everyone, including the folks that have expressed interest in investing. I meant to call them, and yesterday was just a real shit day, and so I didn't do it. So I'll give the where I'm at with everything in just a few minutes. So today I went down to the antiquarium and only bought 2 things used because, again, of the record project. I'm trying to think pragmatically, think more business-like, So thankfully they had something I really wanted for only $5. Peep Show by Susie and the Banshees. Peekaboo is on here. I just love Susie myself. Just love that woman. I just love her. She's got it blaked up already. I love Susie and the Banshees. One of the best shows I've ever seen was the first Lollapalooza with 9 Inch Nails, Ice-T with his black rock thing, Jane's Addiction, Henry Rollins, Living Color, and Susie and the Banshees. And Susie and the Banshees blew everyone away for me. And I could write a paper on technically how they blew all those other bands away too. She was majestic. It's one of the finest concerts I've ever seen, and I've seen probably 1,000. I was going to say hundreds, but it's more like 1,000. I've been to so many shows. I've seen so many people. Susie and the Banshees blew me and my best concert buddy Frank away. So I was really happy to find this today for $5. The other thing I bought today was only $5 and I took a chance on it. And it's turning out to be really good. You can hear it a little bit in the background. It's the Ship. And it's called A Contemporary Folk Music Journey. It's on the Electra label. I went ahead and took a chance on this. This is something I remember seeing years ago, never could pick up on it. I haven't even really looked closely at the record to see who's on it yet. I will right now. But it just, everything about it, look at it, right? Looks interesting, doesn't it? Listen to it. It's good. It may not be exactly what the spacey, freaky stuff that I really like, but this is good. I love good music. And I'm looking to see if I recognize any. The only person I recognize on here is Tim Scott Cello, and I cannot tell you where I know him from. This is 1972 on Electra, and I will take it off for a second because the other thing that sold me for getting it for $5, it's a white label promo. When do you see an Electra from that era with the butterfly on a white label promo? Much less, look how they afforded the album some respect by giving the band its own logo on the label, the ship. They had hopes for this record. You don't do that. You don't spend that extra money unless you think you're going to do something. So I picked this up today. Really happy. I want to shout out to my brother Chris Astral Traveler. You know I got mad love for you, my brother, because you were showing some records the other day, and I just decided to take a look, and I found super cheap Neuronium. Now it's not on Harvest. It is EMI, but it's music for pleasure. So it's not a Harvest, which of course I would love, but I popped this on as I went. I took a nap. Went to bed to this, and it's just dreamy as hell. Fantastic. One of the names on here I recognize is Michael Hugen. And I've got something else by him outside of the band Neuronium, but I picked this. So those are the 3 records I picked up today. Haven't talked about any CDs lately, and I pulled this because I haven't listened to it in a while, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but one of my favorite pianists is Ryuichi Sakamoto. And I have this CD of his, Comica. I don't remember what it sounds like at all. And so it's like I've been leaving this out with the idea of getting to it. I still haven't made it yet. Hopefully tonight after practice I'll get a chance to play this Ryuichi Sakamoto Comica. I think Sakamoto is just a bad mother. I think he's a bad motherfucker. I do. I love Ryuichi Sakamoto. I think he's a consummate artist. Just consummate. Okay, a quick update. This is what I've decided, and this is going out to the folks that are interested in helping me do this. Because of the stress I've been showing lately, I'm kind of slowing down. So what's going to happen is I'm just going to work on getting the mechanical parts together. We won't even move on trying to get this pressed until next year, January. So next week, I haven't scheduled the time yet, but I'm going to talk to a friend of mine, Tom Ware, who owns Warehouse Productions, studio in town, where I'll do the mastering. I'll go ahead and schedule that next week, get the mastering done, then I'll take care of getting the artwork done. It needs to be done on a Mac to certain specifications. I know 2 people that can do it for me. Nick from Indrima could do it for me, but he's way too freaking busy. So that's where that's at. So my intention is to take care of those things myself and go ahead and pay for the mastering myself, and mainly just ask you investors to help me get it pressed. But get those things ready, and then I'll approach the investors. Once I have the working parts together and I'm ready to order, then I'll contact you all about moving forward and sending in the order and paying for things. I hope that's suitable. Personal message me about it if you would, guys, okay? So that's where that's at. Something else I want to do before I go is I've shared in one video that something I do in order to have a tactile experience, because I love music, but I like the tactile experience of the record cover or the CD cover. And there are a lot of records I can't afford or can't find. And so what I do is when I find them online and download them, I burn them and make covers. And some of the more recent things that I've burned to CD that I'll show, because I don't have them on vinyl anymore or never did, is I used to have this by Ela Craig, One Nighter. I still have 2 albums by them on CD, but this one I sold, and I'm sorry I did. This is really good. One Nighter, Ela Craig, German prog band. I burned this because this is just too expensive to buy. Keith Tippett's group, Dedicated to You But You Weren't Listening. You do a great version of that song by The Soft Machine on this album. Love that cover. It's a Vertigo swirl, so you know it's very expensive. I forget the name of it, but there's a long-standing guide to super collectible records that I used to reference. And one of the records that he had in there for an ungodly amount was this folk record from England called Focal Point, which I've never seen. So I just went ahead and burned myself a copy. I really like the music. But this is the cover, Focal Point. This is considered by some collectors a grail. I mean, supposedly this, commands $1,000 minimum. Any of you folks have this record? And by the way, Chris, 4127 Basket, thank you so much for letting me see that Aunt Mary, man. I've never seen a copy of it, ever. I would remember that. I just love that cover and the color scheme, which has a lot to do with why I like it so much. Thank you for showing it. and the Cincinnati. Almost made me cry. I sold mine like a dumbass. What a great album. One more. Does anyone have this on RCA Neon? Indian Summer. This is really good. Okay. So I went ahead and burned that out. I'm not going to make a 20-minute video. I'm going to stop here in a second, but I want to show you just a couple more of the record covers that I blaked up last night and haven't put away yet because I've been playing them. Clearlight. Oh, man. Clearlight is so good. And it's got the coolest people on here. Didier Lockwood, Didier Malherbe from Gong, Christian Boulez. Man, you know, Gerard Almont. In the vein of Gong Space. Love it. What else did I blake up? Oh, I have to say, Blake, I hope you don't mind, but I have found some records that don't fit well in Blake's. Some of these imports where the cover, measurement-wise, is not, when they're narrow like this, the tab, the back tab folds over as well, and then it won't seal up right. So I've just found a few records like this that won't take the magic. Dang it. But, you know, as I was thinking to myself, this can't be perfect because these seem almost perfect. But, you know, nothing is perfect. Here's my other Clearlight, Forever Blowing Bubbles. And this one is really cool because Gilbert Artman of Lard Free is on here, as well as Joel Dugrano. I've got Joel Dugrano's solo CD. He's a bass player. It's fantastic. I'll shout you out again, Chris Astral Traveler. Do you have that Joel Dugrano? Because I'm thinking of it in my head not right now, and that is exactly what you like, man. It's got that Eurofunk thing going on. Do you have that? I blaked this up. Chocolate Watch Band, Inner Mystique. This is the one that was made mostly by studio musicians, really not made by the band at all. But I really like it, as well as the cover. And that was part of what I was doing was, ooh, let me just see this in a Blake. One more that I had to see in a Blake was Circus. This is the band that Mel Collins, who's played sax and flute with everyone from Caravan to King Crimson to you name it. This is where he started. And this is an okay album. It's not a great album. Matter of fact, it's really not even it's good. But for me, it's very collectible. Historically, but also thankfully, there are enough good tracks. Enjoyed blaking that up. Anything else here I just want to say one more time, this Emma is killer. Killer. And it just made me, what it's making me think is, man, what else from this year have I missed? Cool Ranch Dressing, y'all got a hold of me and mentioned that you had mentioned this a few times this year, and I guess I either forgot it or maybe that's where I heard of it, and when I saw it marked down, I said, let me get this. The other thing that I didn't show yesterday is it's on such a beautiful red vinyl. Beautiful. Beautiful. C'est bon. C'est bon. So, folks, as you can tell, I'm doing fine today. I just got up from a nap. Even though I'm totally burned out on my work, I can do this as long as I have to. I can bounce back. My life is not completely in balance. There are some things that I need that I'm just really hesitant to take on. And so I sublimate and I make it anyway. It does make me a little crabby and bitchy and weird. And I am, you folks are encountering it through these videos. But thank you for hanging in there with me, because this is just the way it's going to be with me. One more thing I got to say, and we'll see if this person gets in touch with me. Someone who I have no idea who it is, after all I said in my video last night, leaves me a message. Now, I think they meant well, but the problem is I don't know them. And what they said was, geez, chill out, nigga. I don't know who you are to be talking to me like that. Now, my homes, people I know, and not just any homes. You homes know which homes can talk to me like that. I'm not mad, but it's just like, and if you're watching, I don't mean to insult you, but it just seemed kind of like, didn't you hear what I said? You don't give me any indication that I know you, and you leave that. The way you left it, it looks like it's supposed to be nice, But if you've been paying attention to who I am, you know still, man, wait a minute, that ain't cool. Who are you? So I personal messaged you. Would you let me know who you are? Are you my friend? I can accept it from people that love me, but I deal with enough shit. Just sliding by and dropping some crap on my doorstep. No. No, let me know who you are, man. And if we're cool, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get combative in a motherfucker. I got peace and love in me. But I'm a warrior on the front line of mental health services for over 30 years. I'm burnt the fuck out, feel trapped, and so that level, that angst is always there. Even though I got peace in my heart. And I'm going to invoke my brother Nathan Morales right now. And light some incense. And try to chill my shit. Because I am chill, actually. When I do these little bursts of angst and anger, I got to do it, people. And enough of you are letting me know that I'm not just speaking for me. I'm speaking for many of you. Anyone that I've lost from doing this as a subscriber or a viewer, I am sorry. I am. Isn't this cool how Nathan does this in his videos? Ooh, this is working. I don't even need to smoke no weed. Just shit. And I don't drink. I really hate alcohol. Peace and love to all of you.